Hi, everyone. Thank you for showing up to our interest meeting. We're so excited for all of you to join SLIA and are very grateful that you're taking the time to join us today. Also, if you can, please turn on your cameras if you're comfortable. And this meeting is recorded and will be sent out to those who registered for this event. So in this meeting, we'll be going through what exactly is SLIA and SCOCO, meeting the intern team, talking about our achievements and upcoming projects, know what you guys can gain from SLIA, and how you can officially get started with us.
Okay, so we're gonna start off with what is SLIA. So SLIA, we stand for Sustainable Leaders in Action, and we're the youth branch of our parent organization, Sustainable Contra Costa, which we'll talk about on the next slide. We were founded in July of 2020 by a group of high school students who are interested in environmental justice and social justice. And we do have multiple projects and committees with general members and an intern team. So essentially, SLIA's mission is to work in partnership with Sustainable Contra Costa to promote sustainable practices within the community and provide leadership advancement for the next generation of environmental activists.
So, who is SCOCO? Sustainable Contra Costa, or SCOCO, is a community of citizens, educators, innovators, and organizations working together for an ecologically sustainable, economically vibrant, and socially just communities for all. And once again, this is our parent organization.
Okay, so meet the team. So Rohan is our chair, Richika is our vice chair, Cameron is our newsletter intern, I'm the policy and advocacy intern, Miki is our comms intern, Emily is our climate careers chat intern, Calder is our graphics design, and Sirsha is our great fundraising intern.
So there are a lot of committees within SLIA, one of them being the newsletter committee. My name is Carmen and I'm the newsletter intern. And so the bi-monthly newsletter is a really fun part of SLIA because it covers a wider range of topics, all having to do with sustainability, but they vary greatly. Like we have had one edition focused on wildlife and another focused on sustainable government. So there are so many articles to write about, so many themes to kind of delve into. And there's a role for everybody. So within newsletter, you can write articles, draw and create art. You can take photos and participate in photography throughout your articles. And you can assemble graphics. So there's a lot of graphic design involved and a lot of writing involved. And now is the perfect time to join because our April newsletter will be coming out tomorrow. And you can scan the QR code on the slide and you can sign up for our mailing list and you will get it tomorrow. The theme is Earth Day. And you can kind of get a feel for what the newsletter is all about. So I really recommend.
Hi everyone, I'm the Climate Careers Chat intern, in which we host interactive quarterly webinars, and we feature professionals from all types of green-related careers. Our last one was green architecture, and SLIA plans and coordinates these events. We find panelists, make promotional materials, so if you're into graphic design, this is a great start, and we facilitate the event, so you can be a host or moderator, or contribute by taking notes or taking time. And we send follow-up information with our panelists as well. So you make really good connections through this committee.
Hi, so as the Policy and Advocacy intern, I lead the Policy and Advocacy Committee. So we work with a variety of local campaigns, for example, the No Drilling Contra Costa movement, and we're working to phase out existing oil and gas drilling in communities with a highlight in Antioch and Brentwood. And this is really cool because we were able to make a real impact in these communities, and yeah, it was really cool. And then we also are working for gas leaf blowers. Right now, we just met with the Orange City Mayor to talk about our concerns regarding gas leaf blowers and its detrimental effects on health. And then students have the opportunity to public comment at city council meetings, work with elected officials, research local issues, and organize advocacy events. And then we also, as part of SLIA, support SCOCO's Cleaner Contra Costa Challenge. And this is a free online platform where you can find a lot of different actions, and it's really cool. I highly recommend. And it gives you a lot of good resources on a lot of different actions you can take in your daily life that you might not think about on regularly, and it's hard to find like these resources online. And you can track how you use your water and energy as a household and track like your individual impact. And then we host like action of the months in SLIA with all of our members. Next slide, please.
So there is the Outreach Committee, which is a combination of the Communications and Graphic Design Committee. A lot of the work that you'll be doing is emailing clubs and other organizations for outreach. You'll be promoting SLIA on social media platforms, creating graphics for all projects within SLIA, and learning how to use Canva and being proficient in it.
We also have our amazing fundraising committee. This committee is relatively new. It's been we've now had this committee for 2 years, almost 2 years. It's really awesome. Basically, what we do is we work on a lot of sponsorship deals with local businesses and donors. We work on raising money not only for our intern stipends, which you would be able to receive as an intern, but also for for events that we put on, such as our winter party, our summer party, and also various like protests or any type of advocacy that we do, not necessarily online but in person. We also are now doing our second annual art competition, which this year's theme is advocacy through art. So basically, we try to do a lot of outreach with various organizations, almost like the outreach committee, but more focused on, I'd say, education and also raising the next generation of sustainable leaders, and creating an atmosphere that everyone feels welcome in, and also obviously raising money for this amazing cause.
So just talk about projects and achievements that SLIA has done in the past. So as I mentioned, with our no drilling project, we hosted a no drilling Contra Costa rally, and we worked with a lot of different organizations, artists, local elected officials, and various advocates to host this event. And it was really cool. I think there were probably around 200 participants, and it was really cool. And then we also hosted a trash-a-thon similar to a run-a-thon. For each bag a person picked up of trash, we asked for donors to donate, and then our ending result was over $1,000, which is really amazing. And then twice a year, SLIA holds recruitment events like this one to gain more members. We advertise through schools, clubs in the community, and our last one was held in the fall. And Cleaner Contra Costa, it helps SLIA members efficiently save natural resources, and we've had a significant impact saving tons of money and CO2 emissions.
Okay, so some of our future projects, the first one includes advocating to develop a climate action plan with the city of Orinda. Grace, I don't know if you wanted to kind of elaborate on that.
Yeah, so we just met with the city of Orinda Mayor Malconey, and she expressed interest in developing a climate action plan. So we're hoping to see if we hear back from her after we send her our research report on all the impacts of gas leaf blowers. And with her like express support, we're hoping that Orinda can finally develop a climate action plan, which is basically a series of commitments a city makes to become more sustainable, and a lot of cities in our area have made such plans, including Walnut Creek.
Another of our future projects includes what Saoirse touched upon earlier, that her fundraising team is working on, the second annual art workshop for Contra Costa. And another future project that is currently in the works is also the SLIA Day of Action, hopefully in collaboration with the city of Antioch. We plan to have as many of our general members and interns come as possible and just kind of have like a nice day of service. Okay, so now we're going to move on to our specific intern introductions. Rohan is our chair, and I do want to say that the reason he was unable to make it today is because he's actually at the admitted students day for Harvard, Stanford, and Yale. So just know that SLIA can take you places. He did write about SLIA in his college essays, and we do have lots of notable alumni. So just keep that as like an incentive to join. But Rohan did join as a freshman in 2022. He's currently class of 2025, senior in high school. He learned about SLIA through work with another environmental group. I believe it was New Voices Are Rising. And he got engaged after our no oil and gas drilling rally. He's super interested in sustainable agriculture and environmental policy, and he is also part of the Hazardous Materials Commission with Contra Costa County. Okay, moving on. I am our vice chair. I joined in 2022 as a sophomore in October. So as vice chair, I kind of just aid Rohan the chair, and I also kind of help all the other interns. I am kind of in charge of like planning recruitment and doing things like that. But yeah, essentially I just support all the other interns in ways I can. I'm currently a senior at Heritage High School. Um, and my goal was kind of to promote SLIA and get more people to be sustainable. That is initially why I joined. And I also did learn many valuable skills from my time in SLIA. Some like fun facts about me is that I really enjoy art and like crafting. So yeah. Next slide, please. Okay, Calder is our graphics design intern. He was unfortunately unable to make it today, but he joined SLIA in his junior year, and he's been a member for a year and a half. He was introduced by his middle school science teacher, um, and he works mainly on like graphics and policy. So a little bit about him is that he goes to Camp Belinda High School, and he will be going to Pitzer College. So congratulations to Calder. SLIA can take you many places. Some of his interests include like the environment, chemistry, ancient history, cultures and mythologies, and ethnic and race studies. And he does love cats. And another like kind of like blurb about him is that for graphics, you don't really have to be very good at drawing. But like how he said he is, but he does like using Canva to make graphics for SLIA. And it is really easy to kind of make graphics. And SLIA has been like a really great experience for him, and he says he's met like a lot of wonderful people, and he's gotten like a really great chance to make an impact.
Hi everyone. My name is Garmin and I'm the newsletter intern. I have been a part of SLIA since the summer of 2023, which has been a very long time. After SCOCO visited my school, where they tabled, and from there I got involved and joined SLIA. I am a junior at Middle College High School in San Pablo, and I have been a member for, well, almost 2 years now. I enjoy reading, writing, walking my dog Noodle, and dancing Mexican folklorico. And I initially joined newsletter committee because I'm really interested in journalism, and I thought this committee would be a really incredible way to, expand that passion. And I've been so lucky to be able to be a part of it. I love writing articles, and I love advocating, and I love being able to share what all the other committees do through our articles. It's been super rewarding, and I love what I do.
Hi everyone, my name is Mickey and I am the PR intern. I joined SLIA around the fall of 2023 when I was introduced by one of my friends who was already in SLIA. I manage the social media, so what I'll do is schedule posts, make captions, and a lot more. I've tabled for a lot of many SLIA events, and if that's what you're interested in doing, I do know that there are some volunteer opportunities coming up because of Earth Day. A little bit about me is that I'm a junior at De Anza High School. I love to ice skate and I sew. I really just enjoy a lot of creative hobbies, and I'm a pretty big advocate for sustainability and the environment.
Hi everyone, I'm the Climate Curious Chat intern. So I joined SLIA in sophomore year, which was 2023, and I'm a current junior at Middle College High School. I learned about SLIA when SCOCO actually tabled at our campus, and they actually tabled today as well. So it was a really big full circle moment for me. And I was initially interested in policy, but was gravitated to CCC because I just love meeting new people and connecting with them. I think this is such a good way of making connections and really building like long-lasting relationships. And if you're like at all interested in um, figuring out what you want your career to be or just like discovering other careers, like this is a great place to start. And you don't even have to just volunteer for the CCC. Like you could just watch some of our previous videos and if you want to volunteer as well. So a little bit about me, I love sewing and baking, and I as well just love like anything creative. Um, yeah.
Hi everyone, I'm the policy intern, as I mentioned. I joined SLIA in December of my junior year, so I've been at SLIA with SLIA for about a year and a half. I'm a senior at Camp Belinda High, and I also learned about SLIA through my old middle school environmental club teacher. I enjoy playing violin piano, and I enjoy working on SLIA policy workshops and SLIA's other policy projects, like transitioning to electric leaf blowers. For example, we just hosted an advocacy through art workshop at Campo, which was really exciting. We'll be putting up like our puzzle piece mural project soon. And then we've also hosted other policy workshops, and it's just been really exciting. And I've been really glad to have this opportunity also to be able to get to know my mentors who are part of SCOCO, and be able to take initiative on a lot of projects and make like real impact.
Hi everyone, my name is Sirisha, and I'm currently a senior at Heritage High School out in Brentwood. So I joined SLIA my junior year, so I believe 2023, around the same time Carmen joined in the fall recruitment. And I kind of like fell in love. I was like, oh my goodness, like this is definitely a place where I can not only voice my concerns for the climate and for sustainability within my local community, but also make a broader impact. I've always loved the environment and doing like protests and whatnot. Like that's always been like a big thing for me. I'm also part of Key Club, so if you have a Key Club at your school, definitely go join. I probably know the president in some regard, and even like the supreme president, like what they call the LTG. So quick shout out to that. I also obviously love money. That's why I'm the fundraising intern. I love getting money. I love receiving money. But more importantly, I love investing money back into causes which improve our local community and make sure that the environment is well taken care of. Last but not least, a little fun fact is I am a twin. So I have a twin sister. And yeah, she's super awesome and equally as immersed in the advocacy scene for the climate and sustainability.
Okay, sorry guys. Here's how you can get involved in SLIA. So first of all, why you should join. So you can get volunteer hours for any of the work you complete on any project. So if you're writing an article for the newsletter, spending time writing a public comment for like a city council meeting or making a graphic and basically anything, or even like attending a meeting, you can get volunteer hours for that. We also do have intern positions every year, which we'll touch upon shortly. And the only requirement is to volunteer with us for just at least 2 months before applying. And for you guys, we are planning to open intern applications soon, and it's about 2 months, so you guys would still be eligible to apply for a position. So, and also another thing, like everybody here is amazing, super supportive, and SLIA does look really good on your college applications, as I mentioned earlier. So you can visit like the tinyurl.com/become a SLIA member, or you can scan this QR code to join now. And then you just fill out a form that has all your information and how to contact you, and we'll be in touch shortly. And then to stay up to date with us, we have our Instagram at Sustainable X Leaders. We have our email, slia@sustainablecocoa.org, and we also have our link tree. And I will put those links in the chat right now. But we can go on to the next slide.
So these are our member requirements. First of all, we have a action of a month, which you have to complete every month, and you'll have to sign up for the Cleaner Contra Costa challenge and post about a action of the month to the SLIA community. Volunteer hours, we have 3 to 5 volunteer hours per month. That's like a requirement, and this is determined based on how involved you are. You can get more or less, and if you need a signature for volunteering, like if your school requires it, then our co-chairs or SCOCO members can sign that off for you. We also ask that you attend our general body meetings twice a month. This will be over an hour long, but usually they're a little under. Currently, they're on the first Wednesdays and third Thursdays at 7 p.m., which we will actually be having one this week. And meeting times will change based on the time of year, like summer and school, like it'll change based on that. And we also ask that you join at least one committee and attend the check-in meetings for each one.
So, in regard to committee expectations, you should be attending your committee meetings. The dates and times of them are determined by interns, so that can really vary between committees. Like I know newsletter has them really spread out, while some have them weekly. You need to attend GBM meetings, which are held bi-weekly on the first Wednesdays and third Thursdays, like Emily mentioned. And the vice chair and chair will send out reminders on Discord, so make sure you join that if you do end up becoming a member. And you should be completing any tasks for your projects outside of meetings and outside of GBMs and Zoom meetings like that. So you're holding yourself accountable for your work from within your committee. And above all else, have fun and enjoy yourself. You are doing so much good work by being a SLIA member, and it's something to be proud of.
Yeah, so just a
Okay, so sorry, Grace.
oh, sorry, Shishka.
Okay, do you want to say this slide?
I don't mind. You can.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about the internships and various positions we have in SLIA. So first we have our chair position, and for like the upcoming year, that position is filled because you do have to be like a previous intern in order to be chair. But another position we do have available is the vice chair. So for that, you only need like around 1 to 2 months of previous volunteering with SLIA to apply. So those are kind of like the main like overseers of SLIA. They don't really have a committee. They just kind of oversee the interns. Like you could say the interns are their committee. And then next we have our interns or project leaders. We have the climate careers chat, and Emily is our current one. And like she said, you just kind of help do like quarterly webinars based with like professionals in like certain like environmental fields. We also have our newsletter intern, Carmen. And like she mentioned earlier, you help make like a bi-monthly newsletter, like graphics and articles. For our outreach teams, we have public relations or communications, which is Mickey, and you help send emails, spread awareness about SLIA to various clubs or other volunteer organizations. A graphic design intern, who's Calder, and you just kind of help all the committees like make graphics for them. We have fundraising, which Saoirse is in charge of, and like kind of like in the name, like you just help raise money for SLIA, and then policy, which Grace is policy leader. And you help like make like or sorry, I'm blanking out, but you help like advocate, you go to city council meetings and things like that. So currently our open spots are the vice chair, climate careers chat, the public relations and graphic design, fundraising and policy. So those are all of the open spots for now. And one thing that we do have that we're trying to implement more in SLIA are clean team leaders. So clean teams are essentially you and like a group of interested people from your school or something like that. You make your own team, and you guys are just in charge of using of completing action of the month on Cleaner Contra Costa, on the Cleaner Contra Costa challenge, and you report back to us. It's kind of just an initiative so you can kind of get your own leadership experience. We don't really have any clean team leaders right now, but if you are interested or you think you will be interested in the future, feel free to message me. But yeah, those are our available internships and positions.
Moving on to PVSA awards. So SLIA offers the opportunity to earn PVSA awards, which are Presidential Volunteer Service Awards, through our organization. Volunteer hours are easily obtainable and tracked through the work with any committee in SLIA, and you yourself will be doing this tracking. After achieving a certain amount of hours, you'll be eligible to earn a nationally accredited award for your work. So these levels start at bronze, which is 50 hours if you're from 11 to 15 years old, and 100 if you're 16 and over. Silver, which is 75 hours if you're 11 to 15, and 175 if you're 16 and up. And gold, which is 100 hours if ages 11 to 15, and 250 if 16 and up. I know these hours may sound a bit crazy, but you do a lot of work in SLIA, and we count a lot of things. So, like, these awards are definitely obtainable and reasonable.
So, how do you stay involved? First of all, join our Discord. Discord is how we communicate with members and send our updates. Check your email as well. This is where we will send other important information about SLIA that may be sent. And we will have our first general body meeting this Thursday at 7 p.m. So mark your calendars and look out for an email or join the Discord.
Last but not least, are there any questions, comments, or concerns that any of you guys have regarding SLIA in general, SCOCO family, or anything directed to any of our interns or anything like that? Okay, I guess I'll take that as a no. But also, because tomorrow's Earth Day, happy Earth Day to you all. I hope the Earth Day spirit kind of like comes inside of you and you're like, oh my goodness, I love SLIA so much. I'm gonna become a SLIA member and I'm gonna go to our GBM on Thursday at 7 p.m. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you guys so much for showing up. Make sure you have all the links provided here and you join our Discord to join our GBM this Thursday. And we hope you all have a great time at SLIA.
Before you all go, I just want to kind of ask like a quick question. Um, like based on this presentation, and if you think you'd want to join SLIA, what is like one committee you guys think you'd be interested in joining? It's kind of like a post-interest meeting question.
Feel free to like raise your hand on Zoom or just unmute.
Rachel, do you wanna go first and kind of say like something you'd be interested in joining?
I'm not completely sure yet what I'd like to be joining.
Yeah, that's okay. Oh yeah, Aiden, go ahead.
Hi. I thought the graphic design stuff that you guys do was kind of interesting. I might want to do something like that.
Yeah, that's really good. I'm giving you Calder's email in the chat right now. And if you think you'd be interested, like feel free to email him and he can kind of like set you up.
Thank you.
What about you guys, Joanna and Jaden? Is there anything that you guys would be like interested in joining?
I was thinking I would be interested in doing the communications.
Yeah, that's good too. Mickey, do you want to drop your email in the chat so you guys can get in touch?
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. And then Jaden, what about you? Is there anything that seems of interest?
I think I would be most interested in fundraising.
Yeah, fundraising. Yeah, and then Saoirse can give her email too, and then you guys can like get in touch. That sounds great. Okay. Before we end, do you guys have like any other questions or anything like that?
I do. Will these slides be sent out like again to us, like in an email?
Yeah, after this meeting, or probably tomorrow, I'm gonna be sending out an email with like a full recap. So yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm. Okay, any other questions? If not, thank you guys so much for coming. Please remember to join the Discord, the link's in the chat, because that's where we do most of our communication. Again, in the follow-up email, I will also send another link to the Discord so you guys can join. But yeah, thank you so much for coming, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.